The objectives of the scan were to gather best practices from different states and to be able to disseminate that information to many of the other states wishing to develop and implement the Highway Safety Manual processes and procedures. Our scan focused in a number of different areas, including policy, data, training, cultural, dissemination of information, as well as technical sources. Some of the key findings that we came up with is that policy, it's important to have policies at all different levels, from executive orders to policies within implementation of programming, planning, and project development. In data, it's important to have a plan, what you're going to do and how you're going to approach data in terms of collection and integration use of that information. The other thing that we found is that training is a critical component for how you do business. Training doesn't have to be just for staff, it can be for the consultants and for the people who are going to be using or trying to understand the Highway Safety Manual. Technical sources need to be developed across the organization. It's not just a one-size-fits-all, it's for the different disciplines. And how you're going to use the information across those disciplines is an important aspect in what we found in the findings. Communication of the Highway Safety Manual, because it's quantification and because sometimes it's information of rather significant complexity, it's important to be able to communicate that information in a simple and easy way so that it's accessible to the public as well as your internal and external partners. We focused on a number of different states, including Louisiana, Ohio, Florida, Alabama, Illinois, Missouri, Maine, Michigan, Washington State, and Virginia. What we found is very common across the different states is that they approached the Highway Safety Manual implementation in a reasonably similar way. Again, they focused on the policies and procedures and how they were going to get their organizations to buy in, to accept, and to use the Highway Safety Manual and its practices. The key takeaways that we found is that you need to have a plan of practice. You need to understand what you're going to do and how you're going to use the Highway Safety Manual. It's very, very important for all different levels of the organization to accept, to buy in, and to know how and what benefits they're going to get when they do use the Highway Safety Manual. When you think about it, it's about having clear strategic goals and objectives, being able to turn those strategic goals and objectives into measurable performance so that the organizations are gathering benefit each time that they use the manual, each time that they practice and put it into process.